I'd say sorry, but they're playing the worst deck ever, and I don't feel bad one bit, because... Ladies and gentle mages, civilians across the multiverse, welcome back to another episode with ManaMan. Today, we've got a juicer for you. We've got reconfiguration. What the heck is going on here? Well, there's a few things I wanted to do. With equipment being so prevalent in Kamigawa here, I want to see if we can make a little bit of a twist on this. We got Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients. Pretty cool here. We can either make a 1/1 and equip an equipment to it for free, and then we can use the top 6 to search for some things. Pretty good there. And the -3, you deal damage equal to twice the number of target equipment that we control to something. So a lot of different versatile things that we can do here with the Nahiri. I think this is low-key a pretty decent little deck here. We got the Fireblade Charger, Rabbit Battery, and Eater of Virtue for our 1-drops. The Eater of Virtue is really cool because not only is it very cheap, but it allows you to do a bunch of different things. The +2/+0, and if you let something die with Flying, Death Touch, one of these keywords, you can give it to another creature. So Rabbit Battery has haste. You can give something else haste. You can give a Kor Blademaster has double strike. Obviously the Lizard Blades has double strike, and then if you configure or reconfigure, hence the name, we can do some other cool things, give it double strike, do a bunch of different things. If you can give double strike to a Shatterskull Charger, now this is a warrior, goes very well with the Kor Blademaster. The key thing here is equipped creatures you control have double strike, so you can do a lot of cool things here with the warrior. You can blast your opponent's face off with this warrior. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of different things you can do. Obviously we have Maul, the Skyclaves, which is just further equipment. If the Maul of the Skyclaves comes out and your creature dies, you can also just use Nahiri to just reattach the Maul of the Skyclaves. It's a little bit slow, and I wish this thing had like vigilance. That kind of feels like a better thing, but still a lot of things you can do. Angelfire Ignition is going to be really awesome as well because, let's get real, Angelfire Ignition can swing games. You can go second versus aggro decks and be an aggro deck and go second and still win because this deck this card allows you to just gain a lot of life back and get really tall and stuff. So really, really cool here. I think we got a decent little brew here. We got Rip Apart and Fateful Absence because Rip Apart, there's tons of enchantments in standard right now. Obviously the green-white enchantment decks and the Naya rune decks are running wild, so you're gonna need at least a few Rip Aparts. And yeah, I think this is overall the deck. It's pretty simple, but we're gonna be configuring, reconfiguring, equipping, and swinging in. So hopefully we can snag a few wins. Let's get ready to vanquish some enemies. My name is... I don't know. What is your name called? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Okay, well, be that as it may, we'll go ahead and keep this. Let's see what we got going on here for us. Probably... Oh, the Generous Visitor. Wow. Color me surprised. Wowee. Okay. Well, we don't have a turn 1, so we're going to have to drop this. Now, if they do get into the Jukai Naturalist, we'll go ahead and use Fateful Absence right away, because it's very, very, very imperative that you kill it as soon as possible. So, Economy of Transience... Yeah, that's a card, isn't it? That is a card, isn't it? So we'll go ahead and drop this. I guess we'll wait to see if they want to target it with something before we use the Fateful Absence. And if they got a Snakeskin Veil, I think that's kind of just game. No joke. I think that's how fast the Selesnya enchantment decks are. So let's see if they want to use Michiko's Reign of Truth. Hopefully they target the Kami of Transience. Okay. And let's go ahead and let this go through. 4/4 and Michiko's Reign of Truth. I want them to target the Transients. They actually should not. So they actually do go with the 2/2 on the Generous Visitor. They're going to go ahead and swing in, and now is as good as time as any. Let's go ahead and use Fateful Absence on this Kami of Transients. They create a clue token, but the clue token is going to be a small price to pay because this thing is too big and too scary to be able to live. Let's go ahead and drop this for the Lizard Blades. Not really the strongest thing we can do right away, but we are on the draw versus the scariest deck in Standard right now, so I think it's the best we can do. This Generous Visitor is going to be able to do some damage here. We're going to go down probably quite a bit. The thing here is going to be, can they get into a Jukai Naturalist? Now, they don't. They get into a Weaver of Harmony, which is pretty good. For us. I mean, it's as good as it gets. I don't want to say it's good. It's not good. It's just as good as it gets. The Shatterskull Charger is not going to be relevant here whatsoever. But we can still drop the Nahiri. That is what we're going to have to be doing. So, Nahiri. Here is she. Let's go.
Regain the power I've lost over the centuries.
We just kill this Weaver of Harmony. I think that's kind of what we have to do. The Weaver of Harmony, we can just deal the damage. I think that's kind of what we have to do, because this is equipment technically, so let's just get rid of this. Wow, that was a really cool animation. Absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, I know the Kamigawa Transients can come back, but again, when you're playing this deck, you just have to remove it. That's just all that there is to it. You have to remove their things, or else they're just going to blow you out of the water. Kamigawa Transients is going to come out. Let's see if they want to use the Generous Visitor. So they are a little bit low on land, it appears. Let's see. Do they want to attack the Nahiri? We can trade here. Yeah, we're going to trade here. This has double strike, so we're both gonna die, unfortunately. I think it's okay though. So the Nahiri at least gets to survive. Now the Cave of the Frost Dragon is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're not ready for the Shatterskull Charger yet. I think what we can do here is go for Lizard Blades. Yeah, we dropped this for red. We can go for the Shatterskull Charger, but it's just not going to be worth it. I guess we use +1. And I wish you could attach the thingy to anyone, but you can't, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go for Fireblade Charger. We're going to create this. I'm going to say no.
We will protect my home.
Because we can reconfigure it to the Fireblade Charger. So I'm actually just going to reconfigure this to the Fireblade Charger. And we'll get a nice 1/1 here with double strike. And we'll just pass the turn. I know it's not phenomenal, but at least with Fireblade Charger, we can still hit for double strike. And then we'll be able to get the Lizard Blades back. And we still have another little blocker here. Like I said, we're doing the maximum we can versus this deck. We are on the draw. #1 scariest deck in Standard. Let's see if we can persevere. Did I say that word right? Persevere? Well, whatever we do, let's go ahead and see if we can do it. This is going to be a Death Toucher. Okay. Just worried about if they have anything to take. If they can exile this Fireblade Charger, that will probably be nighty-night for us. But let's go ahead and just... No? Okay. Feeling pretty decent about this. If they want to swing with Nahiri, I think we'll probably just take it. So they're going to swing with Portrait of Michiko. That is interesting. I think I'm going to double block here. I think we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and double block. This will die. We'll get our Lizard Blades back. The Fireblade Charger will deal enough damage to kill this Fang. I think that's okay. We'll take 3 damage here. I think that's okay. I mean, we're kind of just praying here. So that deals 1, right? Unless they've got an instant or something, they do not. So we go down to 10. We kill the Michiko. This kills the Fang, and we still have our Lizard Blades. So, I mean, I think we're doing okay here. They can still use the Clue token. Okay. And they do drop another land. The land is going to be really, really unfortunate. We do get a Maul of the Skyclaves. That is interesting. At this point, we can use Shatterskull Charger, and we can use it with the kicker, which is really cool. But this card's typically used for offense, not defense. We could use it for the kicker. I just don't think that's that good right now. I just don't. Really unfortunate. I wish there was a way we can get this vigilance. We're going to go ahead and thinking. So -2, we could look at the top 6 cards of our library. I don't think making the 1/1 and attaching the creature to it, I don't think that's good enough right now. Let's go ahead and use the -2. I just want to take a gander.
Of my people. I tire of destruction.
Eater of Virtue. That's kind of interesting. We could use Eater of Virtue. That's interesting. Let's go for the Eater of Virtue. I think this could actually make a splash here. So let's go for Eater of Virtue here. Attach it to the Lizard Blades. Then we could also give it the Maul of the Skyclaves. Okay. We also go for Skull Charger, but we're not ready to cast it with the haste. So, or with the kicker rather. So, Maul of the Skyclaves. This is a 5/3, first strike flying. The only thing that I'm worried about is if they can, I guess we'll swing in here. It's not great, but we'll be able to at least do 10 damage here, and then we can go for Shatterskull Charger if we want. Next turn. Hopefully they don't have some sort of removal or lifelink. That's going to be the worst thing they can do. I don't think they can swing in for lethal here. That's going to be the key thing. They're definitely not expecting a Shatterskull Charger, so that'll be interesting to see if we could maybe utilize that. If they use all the resources to get rid of Lizard Blades, we'll still have the equipment. So here comes the Generous Visitor, a Hallowed Haunting. That is actually not that bad. That's actually not that bad, because now they go up to a 5/5. I hope they swing. Oh, please swing. Yes. Okay. 5 to 11. And this is going to get interesting quickly. We're going to go for the Shatterskull Charger. Let's see. We can't mess this up here. So we have Maul of the Skyclaves. We can't use that. And then Eater of Virtue. So if we go for Shatterskull Charger, How can we deal 11 damage here? This has haste, so we just swing in here, and because it has trample, I think we just win, right? We don't even have to get cute. We don't even have to do anything else. We can just drop the Shatterskull Charger, and with 2 1/1 counters, and it doesn't leave. So I think we just win, right? This has trample. They can't block the lizard blades. We're gonna swing in. We did it. Configuration, Eater of Virtue, Maul the Skyclaves. We do it. Let's go. Let's get it. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more Magic deck videos every single day. ROM MTG, how are we doing here? We have 4 lands. I mean, I guess too much is better than too little, but 4 lands is a little bit on the top side. We still have some offensive firepower. I think we'll be probably okay. I mean, it's definitely not bad enough to mulligan, so. We're probably facing against the beloved enchantment deck again, because we face enchantments every single game. It seems like we're playing against enchantments, but it's a good deck, so I don't blame anybody. Let's see what we can get going on here. Kami of Transience. Maybe we can outspeed this deck, so as long as they don't have the Jukai Naturalist, they can't really like storm that well. So I'm just gonna go for Maul the Skyclaves. I'll go for the Kor Blademaster, and we'll be able to use double strike, so we do get in for 6 damage here. 14 to 20. I would much rather see, I don't know what I would rather see. We can always go for Nahiri and equip the Maul of the Skyclaves, so that is nice. Or we can go for Fateful Absence if they want to drop the Jukai Naturalist. The Jukai Naturalist is probably the most dangerous thing about this deck. It just allows them to storm and storm and storm. So besides your Who Endures, that is actually a nightmare. That is an absolute nightmare. Not only does that make our mana sources next turn awkward, because we're at 5, and that's 4 plus 2 equals 6, but we get rid of the Maul of the Skyclaves. That is like, wow, good for you, opponent. Good for you. Okay, I guess we'll just grab the red here. And yeah, we'll be on our way. We'll get down to 18 to 14 here. Oh man, that is rough. That is a rough. Okay, we'll go for this. We'll go for Nahiri here. And definitely want to keep some red, because we do have red 1-drops. So let's do this. The auto tap is not being friendly towards us, but you know, I don't know. Maybe they should know what's in our deck. They do not, clearly.
Zendikar lives, and I will heal its pain.
Let's heal the pain. Let's heal the pain, Nahiri. So let's go ahead and let's just search for this. Maybe we get like a Rabbit Battery or something. We do. We get an Eater of Virtue. Eater of Virtue is pretty cool. Fireblade Charger and a Rabbit Battery. So I guess we'll just take... Don't really have any equipment. We don't have any equipment, and the Rapid Battery is not that great. I guess we'll just go for... Oh, do we go for the Rapid Battery? And we can't equip it either way, because again, we're just so awkward, but I guess we do want some sort of equipment. I'm gonna go for Eater of Virtue. I know that seems insane. I don't care. Whatever. Nahiri, if they want to swing in on Nahiri, are we really that mad about it? Let's just get some damage off. Let's go down to 12. If they have, I mean, again, it's just not great. We're just managing for what we got. We could have went for Rabbit, but, or the bunny, rabbit, what this one is. So the Jukai Naturalist comes out. This is a nightmare. The nightmare has been fulfilled. If they want to swing it with Nahiri, I think that's, I mean, it's okay. It's as okay as okay gets. We'll be able to save some land here. Not land. We'll be able to save some face. Spirited Companion. Spirited Companion's a good boy. We can't, you know, he deserves a treat, even though he's in a toxic deck. So down there, Nahiri dies.
My quest rages on.
Here's interesting though. This is interesting. We can go for Rip Apart. We can go for Rip Apart, and we can go for Eater of Virtue. Ooh, I think this might. Ooh, okay. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's go for red here. And let's put Eater of Virtue on the Blademaster, obviously. And I think what we're gonna have to do is just kind of just storm in here. So we'll go for. We can either commit to. Well, the Jukai Naturalist has to die no matter what. Period. End of story. So let's just kill the Jukai Naturalist right now. And using the Fateful Absence on the Spirited Companion just feels like a waste. But I think we have to be aggressive. Like it's not great. We probably should use Fateful Absence on the Spirited Companion, but they're actually just going to take this. That's actually really surprising. They go down to 6. Okay, well, end turn. If Eater of Virtue dies, the Blademaster dies, we get to do some cool things, but the problem with this deck is they have a lot of exiling things. So, Runeforge Champion, they're going to cast this. Okay. Let's see what they want to do here. They have to still pay 1, and we still do have a Fateful Absence, so Rune of Sustenance is going to be a huge problem here. We can't have them gaining life. Gaining life is an absolute no-no, so let's go ahead and do that, put the 1/1. Let's go for Fateful Absence. This has to happen, or else we don't even have a shot. Like, we literally don't have a shot if we do this, and hopefully we don't get a land off the top. We get a Maul with Skyclaves. No way. We get this for flying. Oh, no, that is a destiny draw. Hey, I'd say sorry, but they're playing the worst deck ever, and I don't feel bad one bit, because screw enchantments, we took the win. Let's go. Alrighty here, so this hand is pretty gosh darn good. Okay, we'll go ahead and keep this. It's not ideal. We'll get a little bit nerd. Okay, we got a Kor Blademaster. That'll be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and commit to the Cave of the Frost Dragon. Let's go ahead and slide this to the left. Let's do the cha-cha slide. Real smooth now, y'all. So let's go with the Jukai Naturalist. Okay, that is not going to be the end of the world. I'm going to go ahead, let's go ahead and drop the mountain here, and I'm just going to go ahead and rip apart this thing right away. This is single-handedly the most important thing to get rid of in their entire deck, because they can't storm without the Jukai Naturalist. Hopefully they don't have another one. If they have another one, we'll have to just Fateful Absence it right away. But, I mean, it is what it is. This deck is the scariest deck, and I see this deck being played everywhere. But it is what it is. We can stand toe-to-toe with it as long as you have a lot of early removal. So the Runeforge Champion is a huge problem. They're going to be able to cast their runes for 1. So I guess we're just going to have to do some early removal on this as well. I'm going to drop this. Sorry, Defiance. No channel abilities for you just yet. And let's go ahead and just Fateful Absence this right away. We're going to use this at sorcery speed, because I just want to get rid of it. And we'll drop our Fireblade Charger. And I think we're doing the maximum we can do here. Hopefully they don't have any other creatures. But if they do, I really hope it's not like the Jukai Naturalist. That is the #1 scare card. I hope I never see it. They gain too much value off of that thing. So let's see what they want to do here. They also do have a clue token. Kami of Transience, that's a little rough. It's a little rough. Especially they can give it, what, lifelink, obviously, and then it gets a little bit bigger here. So if we could just have one more form of removal, maybe? Hard maybe on that, but for now, it's not looking too good. We can go for Maul of the Skyclaves, we can go for Blademaster, and because this is a warrior, we can actually use this to give it double strike, but the lifelink here is going to be too much to overcome, I'm afraid. So let's go ahead for the Maul of the Skyclaves. This is rough here. We'll do a 3/3. It does not have Vigilance or anything, so I kind of want to save it for this. So I guess we'll say no. The lifelink, if they had Trample, I might try to outspeed them, but because they have lifelink, there's just no way we can outspeed them. So if they have a way to... Yeah, it's going to be a hard matchup here. If they can't get rid of the Fireblade Charger, we might be in luck, but I know that they run a lot of those exiled spells. They have, what, Borrowed Time, they have, oh, so many different things they can have here. Circle of, what is that called? Circle of Confinement. So no Circle of Confinement. They're just going to make this thing as big as humanly possible. But that's okay. We've got Fireblade Charger. We're going to be able to do, what, 3 damage to it? And then, well, 3 extra damage. I mean, obviously we're doing 3 because that's 3 power. But if we can kill it, you know, I think that's just something we're going to have to do, honestly. So... oh, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna have to. I don't think we can outspeed it again. It's just because of that lifelink. There's no way we'd be able to outspeed it. So we're gonna have to just take the L here. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. We get a little bit of trample damage through. And this way we do get to kill the Kami of Transience. Now, I know that it does get to come back, but there's just nothing else we can do. We're gonna have to kill the Runeforge Champion. I don't think we're gonna be able to do that either. So let's just go for Lizard Blades and the Kor Blademaster. We can give this thing double strike, but I don't think that's going to be enough, because they're going to be able to bring back this Kami of Transience. And now here's the part where they just start storming with the Runeforge Champion. And because they only have to pay 1 rather than an actual color, it just doesn't even matter. Like, they can just keep playing all the rune spells. Here comes the Storm. Not looking good. Not looking good. Showdown of the Sal's. I'm not going to lie, I didn't really see that coming. I was expecting like 37 rune cards to come out at the price of nothing, but they can still do that. Maybe they drop the Kami of Transience now. So just the rune speed. I don't want to say just the rune speed. You know, nothing's good here. If they have another rune, they can just play it again. Really gross. We just need more removal. That's what it comes down to. Do you have more removal than they have creatures? It's 3-3. We could actually. We can't kill it. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to take the battle damage here. 15 to 25. I think we just kind of mitigated as much as we could. We can go from Maul the Skyclaves onto the Blademaster to give it double strike. But I think the better thing to do now is to go with Fireblade Charger and then go Maul the Skyclaves on our Fireblade Charger, because this way it'll give it haste and double strike. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to just do this. It's not wonderful. I guess we'll just try and outspeed them as long as they don't have the lifelink. The lifelink is gonna be the biggest thing. So 15 to 15. As soon as they place down something with lifelink, or if they have the white rune, is going to be what ruins our day. So as long as we can maybe not get into some lifelink action, we might be in luck. But if they have lifelink, it's going to be over. So Generous Visitor. Our only hope here is to outspeed them. I don't think they can hit us for lethal this turn, and I don't think we can hit them for lethal next turn. I don't believe. I don't believe so. So hopefully they just go for, okay, so Hallowed Haunting. That's actually not the end of the world. Again, it's just as soon as they place down that white ruin, pretty much gonna be lights out. But Comet Transients, yep, that is the card that gets really big. So as long as this gets big, no lifelink though, no lifelink. Low lifelink is what we're after. So we go down to 8, so 8 to 15. These go away. The planes doesn't do us any favors, but we can drop this. Okay, we can go for Maul of the Skyclaves on our Blademaster to give it. We just can't deal enough damage. Is really what it's going to come down to. So, I guess we'll just use Maul of the Skyclaves on our Kor Blademaster here. And these will have double strike, but this is kind of the bad part. We can go for a Rabbit Battery. That's just not going to be enough. I guess we'll have to swing in here. They do have double strike, down to 3, and we get our Rabbit Battery. We still have a shot if they can't make trample. If they can't make tramples, well, we have a shot here. What we have to watch out for is trample more than anything. Jukai Naturalist, oh god. Oh no. We almost made it. We almost got into the danger zone here. As long as we can still chump block this, there's a shot. I don't know how big of a shot, because they need, what, 7? They need like 7 of these to get Vigilance. So maybe if these two are land, they are not. Those are... Oh no. Oh no. Goodness. Okay, well, let's see what they can peel off the top here. They can just play rune cards for free. I don't... So this could have trample. We can just chump block the Runeforged Champion. But if this gets too big... Oh, there's... Oh. They would have, what, 2 ruins off the top, and they're both... Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is the deck, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is the #1 deck. I have a feeling this deck will be nerfed at some point. I'm not just trying to be salty. I do think that you can definitely win versus this deck. Not just trying to be a salty gills here. It's just the problem with... Maybe Alchemy will buff it. I don't really know. But I do think this deck will get nerfed at some point. But, you know, we don't want to be salty gills. We'll just try and play it out the best we can. I think they might have enough, what, they need 7 enchantments. So now these are not flying yet. So this has 11/11 with lifelink. And that's going to be Rune of Substance. That is going to be a good game. Man, they just really, all those ruin cards really stack up. It's a good game, because we can chump block the Runeforge, but this has trample now, so even the trample is too much for our 8, so that is going to be a good game. Darn it. So we're back at the Hideout with the post-game wrap. Definitely just gotta say, this deck was very, very fun. I like to make maybe slightly less competitive decks when I do go down into the ranks a little bit. So obviously the season just reset. So I'm back down at Platinum. So you get to have a little bit more wiggle room with creating some more decks. I will say that straight out of the gate, this is obviously a little bit less competitive than the rest of the meta. I mean, obviously, we've got Selesnya Enchantments and the Naya Ruin cards and whatnot. Those cards are absolutely insane. I would imagine that at least, I don't know about standard, but at least alchemy will probably nerf them at some point, which I'm kind of looking forward to because nobody likes a stale meta. Now, that being said though, I don't think that it's the most busted. It's not like Oko levels of busted. You definitely still can deal with those enchantments with plenty of removal, and plus if they don't get into their creatures, you still can kill them. Like, it's not an unbeatable deck, it's just annoying, and when you lose really hard, so it feels like they're more powerful than they are, because when you lose, again, you're just getting destroyed. But if you can stomp them out and remove their Jukai Naturalist and whatnot early, you can still have a shot, and probably you just gotta hope that you can just either, outspeeding them is kind of hard because they do have lifelink as well. So again, if you're going against enchantments, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's hard. But anything is though. That's nothing new. It's just everything's gonna be hard. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now, this deck is not gonna probably take you to Mythic alone. If you do get the Mythic up here, you won't be top 1200, but it's still a pretty good deck, and it's a very fun deck. You definitely have a shot. And as you can tell from the matches I've played, it's pretty much all enchantments, but I'm okay. I'm okay with going toe-to-toe with the #1 meta decks with some jankier type stuff. It is what it is. So go ahead and leave me a like. The button looks just like this. And go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the stuff. Tell me how ugly I am in the comments below. Just do something because I really appreciate all of you. But until then, I will see you on the next episode. ManaMan. Out.